Cancer. Welcome to your September Soulmate Session. I am Marlo. If you're new and if you're family, welcome back, my friend. And of course, if you resonate with this here message, be sure to tickle my like button because, whoa, she's kinky and she's into that sort of thing. What the hell just happened? Okay. That's your cards, Cancer. So anywho, we're going to take a gander at you as well as your person, the energy between the two of you guys, and we're going to look at an outcome as well as advice. So, okay, I guess that's what we're doing. Cancer being cheeky. All right, let's see here. So, first cards out, we're looking at your energy, Cancer. Oh my God, there's three of them. Okay. Really cards out. All right. First card, we have the Ace of Cups. Okay. So somebody's in love. Right. Well, I can't say you like fully in love. It's just the Ace of Cups. You know what I'm saying? So with the Ace of Cups, whatever this is that we're about to be talking about here, it could be a new relationship. I don't really so much feel this in the context of like a new baby or anything yet, depending on what these two cards are. But I feel like this is kind of like an infatuation. It's like the start of you being interested in someone, or you and this person just getting together, and you more or less seeing a great deal of potential in what this partnership could be. Because, of course, if you have followed me long enough, you know that I always say that my belief with the aces is that every 10 of every suit exists within the ace, and the ace is merely a seed of that. So I really feel that Cancer is coming into this connection feeling that this has the potential to ultimately end in, being engaged, being married, babies, end all be all type of deal. You feel what I'm saying? The next card that we have is the Ace of Wands. Oh my goodness, Cancer. So you guys are very sexually attracted to this person. They tickle your pickle or your peach, whichever one you got. You know what I'm saying? But I feel with this new love with this person, it's creating like a vibe of like inspiration. Now, I'm gonna be honest. The thing that I feel above everything else, I do feel that you're extremely sexually attracted to them. I just had to say that again. However, I do feel that this translates to me into more of like a muse kind of energy. Like, whatever it is that you guys are doing in your life right now, whether, you just work in a job or you're an artist, you're a creative, whatever the case, it's something about this like infatuation or the potential you feel like this connection has with this person, or this passion that you have for this person. It's really feeling like this could be the end all be all potentially, but I also feel like it's inspiring you a great deal with your work. And the next card that we have is the Four of Swords. So that lets me know, you got to be careful with that now. With this Four of Swords, this lets me know that y'all have not too long gotten out of something. You know what I'm saying? So more or less that you're having these feelings, right? For some of you guys, this could potentially be like, I don't want to necessarily say a crush. I feel like you actually are in contact with the person in some sense or another, but I feel there's almost like two sides of you, Cancer, where you're feeling like, you should be focused on healing. You should be focused on kind of recovering from what it is that you guys have recently come out of. But at the same time, it's like this is kind of tempting, right? So it's more or less because this feels so good. It's like, let me kind of create a little bit of distance within myself to not really focus on this. But I feel even if you're trying to redirect your attention, it's like you're still thinking about this person. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a little bit of fear of being hurt here. Now, looking at your person, we have the Hermit. So your person, we have Virgo energy here with this. And I mean, I don't know, Cancer, since you didn't pull all these doggone cards, it's making me want to kind of pull more cards. So we have the Hermit. So your person, it's like they're kind of in isolation and solitude. I feel that they're on their own kind of personal healing journey. So you guys are similarly in the same place, sort of, kind of a little bit. And why I say it that way is because with this Hermit, it's like when you're in Hermit mode, you're in personally directed solitude, meaning, so sorry to interrupt you guys while you're listening to the show, but I wanted to tell you guys about our new partnership with BetterHelp. If you haven't heard of them, it's an online resource in which you can find your very own friendly local neighborhood therapist, no matter where you are in the world. You sign up, and within 24 hours, they match you with a therapist that's right for you. And you can talk to your counselor every week via phone or video chat. You can also text them between sessions. If you or someone you know has been considering therapy, get started today with BetterHelp. Now let's get back to the show. You're going within, you're on a spiritual journey, you're going on a deep dive for a very specific thing. So it's something in particular that this person is seeking spirit in reference to, or going on this vision quest, if you will, to get insight into. But with you guys having the minor arcana, I can't freaking talk, minor arcana of the Four of Swords, which is a similar vibration to the Hermit. It's like with you guys, it's less about like a spiritual quest kind of thing, and it's more about a healing and recovery respite kind of thing. The next card we have for your person is the Four of the Cuppies in the reverse, which is a good thing because it's more or less them in reference to you. You could feel a lot about this person, and there could have been, and I'm not going to say for sure until I turn this over, but there could have been either like a delay. I don't necessarily want to say a false start, but more or less like a distance and a delay to how this could have matriculated because of you guys being in this same space. So I feel like up until this point, your person was in the Four of Cups upright. You know what I'm saying? So they were more or less healing too, or feeling kind of lost in life, or they could have gone through like a really big life transition where, I don't know why. Okay, my guides, the first thing my guides just said, I was not going to go there. But the first thing my guide said is your person could have actually like lost someone, and meaning that in a sense, I had never seen that in the Four Cups, child. But your person could have lost someone as like someone passing away. The other thing I'm hearing is that like with a job that they were working and, you know, like the company went bust or something like that, or they got laid off. And they were kind of like in a space to where they really didn't know how to move forward. So it's like the two of you kind of connecting at that time, even though Cancer is just like, oh my gosh, like you are the bee's knees, but I need to protect myself a little bit because, you know, I just got divorced. I just, you know, got out of a relationship, whatever the case, right? And this person just went through something really transformative for them. And that's what puts them into this space with the Hermit where they were trying to make sense out of nonsense. But now it's like, I feel like for them, at least in the month of September, it's like they're coming out of that. And it's like with them, it's them kind of getting clarity on what their new direction is going to be. They're going to have a new outlook towards, you know, life and things of the sort. Now, the energy between the two of you, oh my God, we have the Four of Wands. So, oh my gosh. So y'all really feel like y'all like each other kind of people. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing this a lot. I'm going to be honest. In all of the soulmate sessions, I've noticed there's like this consistent pattern I'm seeing with all signs where it's almost like people are a vibrational match. It's like for some people, it's 3D stuff you're dealing with. The other person, it's like 5D stuff that they're dealing with. But it's like you kind of meet each other, or the energy I'm picking up on the snapshot that I'm grabbing is y'all are like at the same vibrational frequency, just for like two different reasons type of deal. But with this Four of Wands, it's like the energy between the two of you guys, it is a sense of stability, even though individually you guys may not feel necessarily stable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think within yourself, there's things that the two of you are trying to figure out, but I feel like you both have feels for each other. You know what I'm saying? But I feel Cancer is kind of more, I think Cancer is like more aware of how you feel about the person. And I don't know if this is a Cancerian thing, but, and I mean, whether, you know, it doesn't matter if you're male, female, whatever. It's like, I feel, it feels very daydreamy. Like you think about this person a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're going to sleep thinking about them and you're sitting at your desk and thinking about them and things. When you kissed each other, when they held your hand. It's like you're constantly like replaying stuff like that, you know, but it's still like a self-protection, like Cancerian crab shell. Like, I'm not going to let you know I feel all this because I need to be focused on this. But I feel like with your person, I think you guys may kind of question, like, even though the person makes you happy and you feel like the two of y'all have something, because I feel like when you're together and you're around each other, there is like a sense of feeling like home with the person, or you feel just kind of happy and, all cheesy smiling and things of the sort with the person. But I do feel that Cancer may have felt some sort of like a vacancy with your person. You know what I'm saying? So if you're questioning that, of like, are they really into you as much as you're into them? And that could have a lot to do with this self-protection vibe that I'm feeling here. What I'm really seeing with your person is it's something that they went through that I don't even think that they would even, well, I mean, there's Virgo. It could be something that they went through that they really didn't feel it was appropriate to kind of share with you. Not saying that, it's just kind of like one of those things where, I got to deal with this on my own. Like, if I tell a person it's not something anyone can help me with, type of deal. And with that, you guys could have felt like a sense of a vacancy with the person where you may have questioned, if it, this is going to be so interesting. Because I'm just thinking about the fact that my guides told me before I even started this, when I do the pick a card at the end, it's a different, same deck I always use, but it's like another deck they want me to incorporate. And I just think this is hilarious because I'm looking at the fact that I was told to use these cards. And y'all know I'm always using my fountain tarot and I'm just looking at this and I'm like, this is just really funny. But anywho, but with that vacancy, you guys may have felt it really didn't have anything to do with you. Now, the outcome between the two of you, we have the Hierophant in the reverse. So as it stands in the month of September, I don't necessarily see you guys getting into a commitment. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily even feel like, to be quite honest, this doesn't really feel to me like people who've been together for buku long. You know what I'm saying? The only way that I could see that is if I were to backstep, and this is just a total side story. The only way I could see if this is people who've been together is this would be like two people who've been committed for some time that potentially live together. And it's like with your person, it's still the same thing. The only thing that would change is that Cancer doesn't feel appreciated and loved in this connection. Like you feel that distance or that vacancy with your person. And this would be telling you why that vacancy is there, because it's just some stuff they're going through that they're trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying? They're staring at walls and things, trying to figure their life out, right? And you guys have some type of I really feel like y'all would live together or something, or you just have some type of serious type of connection type of thing going on here, maybe even have kids together type of deal. And because Cancer would feel alone in the partnership, it's like what Cancer's dreaming about is how things used to be with your person, or you feeling like emotionally starved and wanting to experience or feel that way about a person, or someone feel that way about you. And where we get to the Hierophant and the reverse, it could literally be, you making the decision to go in that particular direction. But that's just kind of like a side story. But back to what I was saying, with this, I don't see in the month of September, I don't really see this moving into commitment. And if this is, as fresh and new as it really feels to me, because I mean, I would have to say this would have to be like a couple of months, maybe like maybe 2, 3. I would maybe 4, maybe somewhere between like 1 to 4 months or something like that. So it's something that's pretty like fresh. So I feel with this stuff that you guys are going through, and even like looking at this 4 of Wands again, there's a sense of stability individually that both of you guys, in case you didn't know, Cancer, is a sense of stability individually that the two of you need to come to, because this person is just coming out of hermit mode and knowing how to move forward, because up to this point they didn't. You know what I'm saying? And with Cancer, there's still some healing that needs to be done individually. And I don't know why I feel compelled to say, I think I said that. I think it was Pisces. I said that too. I did before y'all of, I think it was in there, pick a card, of needing to give to, like, what you wanted from your person or what you want from a person is you need to give that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that, two whole people are coming together and things of the sort. So I say all of that to say that with this Hierophant in the reverse in the month of September, not saying that it's never going to happen, but specifically in the month of September, I don't really see this coming together. So if you're looking for this person to commit to you or, propose or ask you to be, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case, and that's Taurus energy, by the way, I don't really see that happening in the month of September, right? Now, your advice, we have the Death card, which is Scorpio energy, and then we have Temperance in the reverse, which is Sagittarius energy. So what this is looking like for me is exactly what I was saying. With the Death card, there's a need to transform, right? For your person, they've been in a transition. They need to transform because whatever it is that they got while they were in hermit mode, they have clarity now to where they no longer feel stuck and they can move forward, right? But in order to do that, you have to die to the old way of being. And so the same with Cancer. If there's something that you guys are still kind of recuperating from, and this is interesting, Cancer, because my guys just said something else. With my Cancerian people, please don't nobody take offense if it don't resonate, just ignore me. But what my guides are specifically saying is like relationship addiction. So it's kind of like Cancer, and this would be talking about your whole relationship history. It's like you have a tendency, if this resonates, you have a tendency where when you break up with someone or someone breaks up with you, like you'll just hop right back into another relationship. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's the thought of the person that you were with before was lacking something, right? Like this Ace of Cups and this Ace of Wands, like you didn't feel those vibes with the person you were with before. You felt neglected. You felt like, they overlooked you, yada, 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 right? And so that situation ends and you're like, I need to heal my heart. But then all of a sudden you find this new muse, because it's like I get this vibe of like Cancer having a pattern of like idealizing people when you first meet them. And it's like whatever you felt you were missing in your last partnership, it's like now the new person that you meet suddenly like, oh my gosh, this is the one. Like they have all of the things, right? But it's like a pattern that keeps happening, right? And with this Temperance in the reverse, that's why there's always like this imbalance type of thing, whether it's how you're feeling emotionally, like if you find yourself feeling like, emotionally like off kilter on a regular basis, or you find yourself overcompensating, in partnerships, or, you're very love at first sight and things of the sort. It's like all of that stuff would be coming from the fact that there's a need for you to create your own security and stability within yourself and not necessarily be looking for a missing piece to your puzzle in another person. You feel what I'm saying? So the advice with this is there's a need to go through like this death process and this rebirth process of dying to this old way of being. And the specific thing, like I said, my guides are saying is it's kind of you needing to be your own ground and your own like support system, and you being whole within yourself and not necessarily looking for another person to fill whatever void that you feel in your life. I love how this sounds like a soul session, but not necessarily looking for a person to do that. And I feel that's more or less like a lesson to be learned from your person in particular, because that's what it is that they're doing. It's like they're very focused on themselves and their journey and what it is that they're doing. So even going back to the outcome, you guys not committing to each other in the month of September, in my opinion, looking at what the advice is, that would be in your best interest. You feel what I'm saying? It would be in your best interest simply because it's like you would be repeating that same pattern that you've done before. You know what I'm saying? And, and need that in your life. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm going to do what my guides told me to do. And I'm going to do a pick a card with this deck. I made this deck. I mean, I didn't literally make it, but this is like all of my Doreen cards that I put into one deck because I honestly just got tired of, having to open the boxes of all of them. So I will let you guys go ahead and pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. And I know y'all gonna cheat because y'all are seeing how many cards are coming out. If you pick group 1 or you pick group 3, those are angel answer cards. So you know what? Let me be fair so y'all don't end up cheating yourselves. I'm gonna give everybody an angel answer card. So everyone, regardless if you pick 1, 2, 3, or 4, go ahead and ask a question. Okay, that's the one. Go ahead and ask a question. You know what I'm saying? And the card is going to answer it. All right. So if you picked group number 1, let me pick another card for group 1 since everybody got 2. Let me give y'all. There we go. Oh, Jesus. Not that one. It's that one. Okay. I'm here for it. Go ahead and pick 1, 2, or 3. But if you pick group 1, we have base chakra. Choose only positive thoughts to describe your home, career, and finances as your words determine your outcome. Child, think positive. We manifesting in things. And the answer to your question is remain positive. Oh my God. I love when stuff like this happens. Synchronicity. That is Wild Magnolia. I can see why, like, because y'all saw, like, it was this card, like, it was another card. And when I went to move the deck, like, my finger slipped and one stuck straight out. And I'm like, my guys are like, take it. I'm like, oh, okay. But how crazy is that, guys? Choose only positive thoughts. That is the solution to your problem, child. Look, okay. And if you picked group 2, we have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Gosh, I actually miss using the romance angels. God damn it. I really miss using these cards. Ask for and accept support from others. Oh my goodness. Talk it out with your homegirls and homeboys and things and home people and things of the sort. Now go ahead and ask your question. And the answer to your question is take action, dag-nabbit son of a gun. Take action. Let your friends help you. I feel my group 2 people, y'all are kind of, weighing your options on things, but I always say you can't solve a problem with the same mind that created it. So I think getting a, second opinion from people that you really trust or a person that you really trust to let you know, because I do kind of feel with this is interesting. It kind of goes back to the message my guides were giving me about the whole relationship addiction type of thing and this is weird how I'm going to say this, just literally what I'm picking up is Cancer is feeling so much for this person. Like a part of you just wants to jump in head first, take a chance. And I just feel like you need to talk it out with your friend before you do anything. I'm just saying. Anywho, if you pick group number 3, another chakra. We have solar plexus chakra. It is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. Oh my goodness, I'm just saying, you have the ability to do so. If you guys want to get your little stability, have your little transformation, you can do it. You don't have to be in a relationship in order to do that. And your solar plexus, of course, is your chakra that's all about you directing your will. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and ask your question. You know what I'm saying? Okay, your answer. Communicate clearly. I dig it. I think in some sense or another, and this doesn't really have much to do with what I'm seeing in the cards per se, because I don't really see you guys person like being really persistent with you guys. But I think it's more or less needing to be honest with yourself. Like if like for real, you're not ready to be in a connection because you just got out of one, or you resonate with what it is I was saying about the whole relationship addiction thing, I think you need to Either clearly communicate that to a person if your person somehow don't resonate with the person I'm picking up on. You know what I'm saying? You're not ready yet, or you just being honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's needing to be clear. But of course, that's just what I'm picking up. Y'all ask questions. I didn't. You feel what I'm saying? Just throwing that out there. But anywho, lastly, if you pick group number 4, we have, child, free yourself. I was hearing a song in my head. Oh, that's what that is. That's Fantasia. Go ahead and free yourself. I was like, what song is that? It's time to take back control of your life. Absolutely. That makes me think immediately to this Temperance in the reverse, because it's almost like being out of control of yourself in the sense that it's like only being led by your feelings. Totally get you're a water sign and you guys feel deeply and things of the sort. But I feel up until this point, it's like you've kind of been at the will of your emotions, and that doesn't benefit you at all. You feel what I'm saying? Now go ahead and ask your question, group 4. So it's freeing yourself from that. That's what you're dying to. Answer to your question. Don't stop. Get it, get it, get it, get it. I don't know why y'all got songs, but legit, man, I think, and this is just me once again, don't let what I'm saying affect what it is that you ask each of these cards. But specifically what it is I'm picking up on with group 4 people is you guys were on this healing journey, and then this person came into your path and you kind of fell back into the same thing. And this is more or less like your guide saying, yo, don't stop doing what you was doing because you was doing it right. You feel what I'm saying? But anywho, that's been your soulmate session for September. You know what I'm saying? Cancer. I love your freaking face. And I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends. Kiss, kiss. I know that's lame, but so am I. Kiss, kiss, bitch.